In 2019, a software engineer in Ohio who had been earning between $58,000 and $80,000 for the previous 9 years walked out of his office for the last time. He was 34 years old. He had $832,000 in investment accounts, no debt, a paid-off car, and a life he had deliberately designed to cost $2,400 per month. He has not had a job since. Now, I know what you're thinking. Software engineer. Ohio. Must have been stock options. Must have had help. Must have been something unusual. So let me show you the actual numbers. Because this story is documented. And the numbers are more ordinary than you might expect. His average gross income over those 9 years was approximately $68,000. After taxes and benefits, take-home was about $51,000 per year, roughly $4,250 per month. His monthly expenses, $2,400, which he had deliberately and consciously designed. That left him with $1,850 per month, roughly $22,000 per year, to invest. His savings rate, about 43%. 43% is not 80%. It is not extreme. It is not the aggressive edge of the FIRE movement. It is, and this is the key point, just consistent. For 9 years. $22,000 per year, invested consistently at historical average returns of 7%, over 9 years, $282,000 in contributions, approximately $335,000 in portfolio value. But he started earlier than that. He had been investing smaller amounts since age 22. By the time the compounding really kicked in, when his balance hit $400,000, the portfolio was generating more than he was contributing. By age 34, $832,000. Here is the mathematical foundation behind every early retirement calculation. In 1994, a group of financial researchers at Trinity University, the so-called Trinity Study, analyzed every 30-year period in U.S. market history going back to 1926. They asked, if you retire and withdraw 4% of your portfolio per year, adjusted for inflation, across every possible historical 30-year window, how often does your money last? The answer, 95% of the time, your money not only lasts 30 years, it grows. Even accounting for the Great Depression. Even accounting for 2008. Even accounting for the worst 30-year stretches in stock market history. This gives us the fundamental equation. Your FI number, the amount you need to retire, is 25 times your annual expenses. Our Ohio engineer, $2,400 per month times 12 equals $28,800 annual expenses. $28,800 times 25 equals $720,000 FI number. He went to $832,000, a small buffer. Then he retired. Now, a 34-year-old retiring might face a 50 to 60-year retirement, not 30. The 4% rule is more conservative over longer time periods. Most FIRE practitioners use 3 to 3.5% to add safety margin. At 3.5%, $28,800 divided by 0.035 equals $823,000 FI number. His $832,000 was almost exactly calibrated. Now, here is what might surprise you most. His investment portfolio is extremely boring. 80% in a total U.S. stock market index fund. 15% in an international index fund. 5% in bonds. No individual stocks. No crypto. No real estate. No alternatives. No complex strategies. Expense ratio on his entire portfolio, under 0.1%. He did not time the market. He did not panic sell in 2020 when the market dropped 34% in 6 weeks. He literally did not check his portfolio for the first 3 months of the pandemic. This is the part that most people get wrong about building wealth. They think the secret is picking the right investments. The secret is the savings rate. The investments are almost irrelevant compared to how much you're saving. A high savings rate in boring index funds beats a low savings rate in brilliant stock picks almost every time. Over 30 years. Every analysis confirms this. Here is what people always want to know: what does he actually do all day? And this is where early retirement gets philosophically interesting. He does not sit on a beach doing nothing. That lasted about 3 weeks. He spends his time on a mix of what he calls productive leisure, a phrase that comes up constantly in early retirement research. He works on a renovation project on a house he purchased with cash. He contributes to open source software occasionally. He manages a small rental property. None of this is his primary income. His investment portfolio covers his expenses. But the idea that retirement means doing nothing is a myth. He earns about $8,000 to $15,000 per year from occasional consulting and the rental. This means he is withdrawing even less than 4%, sometimes 0%. His portfolio, 9 years after retiring, is larger than when he stopped working. Now let me give you the tools to calculate your own number and your own timeline. Step 1. Calculate your monthly expenses. Be honest. Not what you wish you spent, what you actually spent last month. Add it up. Step 2. Multiply by 12 for your annual expenses. Step 3. Multiply by 25, or 28 to 30 for extra safety if you plan a 50-plus year retirement. That is your target. Step 4. Go to any FI calculator, I'll link the one I recommend below, and plug in your current savings rate, and expected return. It will tell you exactly how many years until you hit your number. Most people are shocked at two things: how close they actually are at a higher savings rate, and how far they are at their current rate. At 10% savings rate, 43 years to financial independence. At 20% savings rate, 32 years. At 30% savings rate, 25 years. At 50% savings rate, 17 years. At 60% savings rate, 12 years. The timeline is almost entirely a function of savings rate, not income. The Ohio engineer's 43% savings rate put him on a 20-year path from zero. He started at 24. He finished at 34. Within a year of his projection. Here is the thing that I want to be clear about. Early retirement is not for everyone. Some people love their work. Some people find deep meaning in their career. Some people need a higher income or have higher expenses for legitimate reasons. But financial independence, having enough invested that you could stop working if you wanted to, that is available to an enormous number of people who don't realize it. And the math doesn't care about inspiration. It doesn't care about motivation. It just compounds. Your first step: calculate your actual savings rate right now. Not what you think it is. What the math says it is. Most people discover it's lower than they thought. And that discovery is the beginning of everything. The next video walks you through the exact investment setup to make that savings rate actually work. It's right here. I'll see you there.